Hi, I'm Nicola Pennill and I'm a researcher in the psychology of music. I'm really interested in how music is part of later life, and in this short video we hear from people and their personal accounts of how they use music as part of learning, how they connect with others socially by being part of musical groups, and through powerful musical memories.
There's you and this bit of wood or whatever it is, and it takes you to activate it. If there's nobody else, you can't press a button.
It's a tiny thing, but I was always very hesitant to say I actually played anything. But eventually, I got to a point where my teacher said, "Yes, you can say you can play it." I got to a point where that made me feel very, very good in a sort of strange way. I recently retired, and prior to retirement, I was looking for things to do, and I thought, well, what do I like to do? And I like music. I mean, my family are sort of musical. Well, my children are musical. My wife's a little bit musical, and there's music further back. So the idea of it seemed obvious to me, and why I chose it. And I'm not worried too much about performance because of where I am in the sort of level of experience, but it's playing with other people, being in. I mean, I know it sounds ridiculous, but being in time with other people.
But socially, I think it's really important. You learn to negotiate, and realise that sometimes you can set it, and sometimes you can't, and you go along with it.
That's something brilliant if you haven't been to music college but you're still keen on music and you want to develop your skills.
I was just fascinated because at that point you're an adult learning an instrument on your own, and then you come here and you get a chance to play it with other people.
Great thing for old fools like me and with struggling with instrument learning. It really, I think, targets my problem. Obviously, most of the people that are on my course at the moment are my similar age, similar temperament, with a similar aim.
Well, I first went along to the choir. I was a bit nervous. I went with my friend, and the first thing I sang was Elijah, which is a very big work, and I've never done anything like that before, but it was really introduced me to choral music. Some jazzy bits, and the social side, meeting everybody on a Tuesday and having a chat and everything.
I suppose I must have about 7, 8, 9, 10 recordings of that particular work, and that always causes me to stop what I'm doing and listen, and I can't do anything else while I'm listening to that. I should think it was possibly back in the 50s when I'd finished doing my square bashing and so on and went home on a weekend leave. I was very keen on purchasing records then about listening to the harpsichord music and so on in my grandmother's. They didn't have electricity there, so they were just the paraffin lamps, and they had this battery operated radio.
Parents took in visitors, and we had a radiogram in the lounge, as they called it in those days, or the sitting room, and he used to play this classical music. The visitors loved it. This was Maria Lanza, isn't it?
Yeah.
We used to like
Lanza, that was again in the 50s, and it seemed so appropriate that she liked that that song, Because You're Mine, that he sang so well, because it was rather appropriate because she was mine, if you like. So it's how these things take you.